Greetings, 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 royal family. It's growing up hip hop time. It's growing up hip hop time. Listen, Romeo and Master P are out of order. Now, I don't really choose sides. I don't think I do. I'm sure somebody will tell me in the comments if I do. And I don't care how much I may like you, like your business acumen, etc., etc. If you act like a fool, I am going to point it out. Thanks for clicking on the video, by the way, royal family. Get comfortable. I know this is long overdue. So we are still at this stupid sit down because it was stupid, stupid, stupid. Romeo and his daddy, as far as I'm concerned, now here's the thing. There's a lot of criticism that Romeo has brought Master P into this. He got to take his daddy where he go. Even Boogie made reference to this. I don't disagree with Romeo having his father with him at this sit down. That's not my issue. That doesn't really bother me. However, Romeo and P were out of line for some of their comments. And hopefully you guys watch the show. Drop your comments during the video. When Boogie repeatedly asked Romeo, clear as day, he mentioned Romeo not answering his phone. Boogie made it plain. Romeo did not answer the question, just like he doesn't answer his phone. Even if Romeo would have said, I don't want to answer the phone for y'all because I'm not cool with y'all, at least that would have been an answer. No, but what does Romeo do? Ooh, I couldn't believe he said this. And I know why he said this. He was very brazen, that Romeo. Romeo brought up Boogie's father. Does your father answer the phone for your sisters? Baby, no. No, 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 no. Out of line, out of order. Now, it can be blamed on editing. However, that came out of your mouth, Romeo. What does Dame Dash have to do with this? Now, see, if Dame Dash was there and he would have checked Romeo, now y'all know I do not go up for Dame on this show whatsoever. I give him the blues all the time. But I would have been cheering on Dame Dash if he would have checked Romeo. Why are you bringing up his father? Why are you bringing up Boogie's sisters? Has nothing to do with you. Punk. Romeo, you look soft right now. Moving on to Master P. Master P trying to sun Boogie and interrupting him, not allowing him to talk. Master P brings up Boogie's father. All of that was not called for. It's not. Boogie did stand up for himself, as he should. And here's what I don't like about Romeo. Romeo is always talking in puzzles, okay? He's not direct, and he dances around stuff. Excuse me. Like, to me, that makes him look extremely childish. Like, just say what you mean and mean what you say. All these, God. Even in his sometimes in his confessionals, he's doing live videos on his Instagram or his social media. I'm like, what are you talking about, Romeo? You just speaking it. Did you sign a non-disclosure agreement with the network and you can't talk? Is that what it is? He really does just look childish to me. Talking all around, dancing all around the time. The man Boogie asked you, why don't you answer your phone? How can we talk? How can we iron things out if you don't answer your phone? Romeo and Master P are the ones that called this meeting. Boogie asked him, what's the problem? Rome says, you tell me. No, fool. You called the meeting. Listen, at that point, I would have walked out. You sent out a message to whomever. Oh, through email. I forgot Eric, right? He's the email. You want him to gather everybody. Production sends the cast an email saying that Master P and Romeo want to have a cast meeting. You called this meeting, Romeo. Boogie asked you, what's the problem? You said, you tell me. I would have walked out. I would have walked out at that point. I'm sorry. I don't have any time to waste. I don't do games. If you call the meeting, I say, all right, you call this meeting, I'm here. I had to wait. Mind you, Romeo and Master P show up 45 minutes late. I'm going to tell you what I really think this is. This is all wrapped around ego. And I'm going to give my theory and my opinion. Don't have to agree. Doesn't matter. Like, what was the purpose? God. That really ticked me off. Like, Boogie said, so what's up? You tell me. Romeo's immature, man. I'm not sorry. He displayed his immaturity. Now, then Romeo, he brings up Bow Wow. What was the purpose of him saying that Bow Wow was his idol when he was little? Bow Wow is just trying to collect a check. He what? When did this become a Bow Wow issue? To me, so far anyway, Bow Wow is the only one that has not really engaged in any Romeo slander and bad mouthing. Like, he doesn't even bring him up. So I don't know. Maybe production is trying to go that route and Romeo is kind of nipping it in the bud. I don't know. Romeo, he was just losing me, and he already irritated me when he showed up with Fruity and Tango, his two bodyguards, his cousin and his friend. Like, he told Boogie that he ain't really know him like that. Like, he just was really, he was really a turd. He said to Boogie he don't really know him like that. He said that he got businesses to manage. You don't know Boogie like that, so why are you letting a stranger stay at the No Limit compound? Remember that? Remember when Boogie had nowhere to go? He could have just been doing a kind gesture, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it's community service for him. Like, I just feel like if Romeo is going with this narrative that the cast is phony, then I think that Romeo is just as phony. Like, he went along with the manufactured storyline until he didn't want to anymore. That's what I think. Like, how is it that you were able to send your Bible quotes and group texts to the cash, but all of a sudden you're unable to contact them via phone? No one can get in contact with you. Master P, out of order. Like, I couldn't tell who was the adult in the room at all. Like, he would not let Boogie talk, and then he insulted him, bringing up his father. Like, think about it. Why is it that Rev Run and them are never in the middle of the issues with the kids? It's always Master P. It also appears that the Simmons kids don't have any issues with production, right? Percy, you need to pick a side. Look, you either going to be gangster or corporate. Okay? When he gave JoJo that award, when he gave JoJo the award for acting like a TV gangster, it was funny. But he turned around and did the same thing for Boogie. Like, and trying to clown him. Boogie wasn't disrespecting Master P. Boogie was actually talking to Romeo man to man. And then here you come interrupting him. Boogie says, can I finish? Like, you keep interrupting and yelling at me. Let me finish my point. Let me tell you something, Master P. Boogie is not scared of you. If he can now turn around and have a voice and stand up to Dame Dash, who is virtually impossible to deal with, okay? Especially if you have a difference of opinion with Dame Dash. Boogie can handle you. And I feel that Boogie was being extremely respectful. Even after both P and Romeo brought up his father, he could have went ham, but he didn't. Percy, you were rude. You kept interrupting that man. And you kept interrupting him and had nothing to say. Is it just me? Master P made no point whatsoever. He had nothing to say. Act like a man. He asked you, like, can you please stop yelling and stop interrupting me? Let me tell y'all what I think. Let me tell you why I think that Master P got upset about the ICDC College joke. This is just my theory. Now, ICDC College, right, closed. It closed, and it has been closed since 2016, right? The school did not have a good reputation. It was a for-profit online school, which means it was expensive as hell, pretty much. Okay. And I can guarantee you that there are plenty of people that took out loans to attend this school. And once it closed down, they were still responsible to pay back those loans. Cheeto Head, sidebar, just actually vetoed the student loan forgiveness bill. And in that bill, it incorporated people who had student loans and their schools closed down before they earned their degree. And if they're still paying back their student loans, those loans can be forgiven if they can prove that they have a financial hardship. So Cheeto Head just vetoed that. So anyway, sorry, I'm back. Right? Romeo didn't own ICDC College. Master P said this when he was on the Breakfast Club. That school was opened in 95, right? Now, they did open up ICDC College. They opened up several campuses, and they had their online, courses as well. What I think is Romeo and P, this is just my theory, I think that they saw an opportunity to get a bag, and they did that. And they didn't want to be associated with the failure of this for-profit scam of an institution. I said what I said. So I think when Little Twist made the joke, it struck a nerve with them because, quite frankly, some of the professors at the school even gave the school horrible reviews, and some students as well. So it came across as scamish. So some of the curriculum was moved over to, I think it's Trident University or Trident College or something like that. I don't even know if they're still open. But ICDC College was a flop. And again, it seemed scamish to me. I'm going to be honest. When I saw Master P and Romeo on a commercial for a college, like if you think about some of the most reputable universities and colleges, right? You don't see celebrities up there doing commercials for that. Seems cheapish to me. Like that just seems real scammy. So once they got their money, they got out, the school flopped, and they don't want to be associated with that anymore. And when Master P says things like, we uplifted our community. No, you didn't. You put certain people who looked at these commercials and admire Master P and Romeo and is like, oh, okay, if they promoting it, then it must be good. And you potentially put people who look like you and me in debt and scammed out of an educational opportunity. Let's just call a spade, bro. I'm not trying to put down no black men like Master P and Romeo. I'm calling it how I see it. I've worked in education, so I understand how this goes. The school was a scam, point blank, period. And a lot of these students, the school closed down. A lot of these students have loans because they hear the word financial aid, but financial aid consists of loans and grants. I doubt that they were getting many grants, these students, for this school. And they got to pay back loans now at high interest rates. Anyway, I think that's why that ICDC College joke, which to me is not that serious, because if you're confident in the fact that the school was giving people opportunities, you would be able to laugh at it. But it was a scam and it flopped. So that's why you're mad. Anyway, but then again, Percy is very familiar with getting a bag and moving and shaking, right? Anybody remember when Percy hid his assets when he was getting divorced from Romeo's mama? Where do you think he moved his coin purse when he was hiding assets? I'm not even going to say. Drop your answers in the comments. Moving along, back to this sit down. Now, Brianna, she didn't have anything to say, okay? Brianna was just kind of waiting she was hungry. She was just waiting for a bag of wrap snacks. Eric, he was quiet as a church mouse. No surprise there. Then this is when Romeo says, I quit. He said him and Boogie aren't friends. And his father gets up and basically says, all right, it's nothing else for us to talk about. We out. Boogie, he's left confused. And then Fruity and Tango, which would, I mean, why didn't they leave with Romeo and Master P? Fruity and Tango is Romeo's cousin, his friend or whatever. They're trying to punk Boogie. This was so lame. They're straight up clowns. You know what I mean? They accuse Boogie of talking about Romeo. And then they flash back to the scene where Twist and JoJo and Eric, they were all playing pool. And Boogie didn't say a word about Rome. I just think that Fruity and Tango, they looked weak. That's what I call them. I don't even know what their name is. Like, you don't get any cool points for trying to punk someone who's not trying to engage in fisticuffs. Like, you just being a bully. Then you're mad because Boogie told a joke and tried to lighten the mood in the midst of this sit down. Y'all corny for that. The issue that Rome has is with production. That's his issue. So I feel that Rome should have called a meeting with production. I feel like Romeo and his father, they felt stupid. They felt stupid that no one showed up. And it just basically made it look like they don't have as much pull and power as they think. Nobody showed up to your little meeting. Nobody cared about your little meeting, and you thought that you were gonna, make people move and shake to your tune when you sent out this email via production and when you sent Eric to summon them. And Eric, you took the bait. And you see how two-faced Eric is? Eric, you didn't mention anything that you disagreed with in that meeting. You didn't say anything to Master P or Romeo. But when you went back to the Simmons, you expressed how you felt about what was out of line and who took what too far. But you sat there quiet as a church mouse. No surprise there. Master P really ticked me off. Like, no leadership or class was displayed. I just feel like, Percy, grow up. You didn't make an ounce of sense. Him cutting off Boogie just annoyed me. It was very, very annoying. And you cutting him off to say nothing. You don't have a point. We ain't kin. We ain't kin. You can't talk to us like that. What are you cutting him off for? Enough with the machismo foolishness. Do you have a point or not? Anyway, so they leave. Bow Wow shows up. Now, y'all noticed that he showed up after everything was over. I'm not mad at him. I like that Bow Wow didn't say anything at all, in a negative way, that is, about Romeo. Like, Romeo just looks so ridiculous, as well as his father. Not because Master P was there, because I don't have a problem with Romeo having his father there, but his father should have sat there and shut up. If anything, you could have been Master P could have been the voice of reason if anything got heated between Boog and Romeo, which it didn't. You know what I mean? They just looked stupid. There was no resolve whatsoever. So Eric is trying to tell, Bow Wow what's good, what happened or whatever. He just standing there with his arms folded like, nah, I just landed. That traffic is crazy. He had nothing to say. In his confessional, he started to talk about how, like, the media used to pit them against one another when they were little. That's irrelevant now, because even Rome said that he is close with Bow Wow. He made no sense. And even Boogie was saying, did you call Bow Wow and talk to him about this? I talk to Bow Wow all the time. Okay, then what's the issue? You see, he can't even articulate himself. He makes no sense. Makes no sense at all. So Bow Wow's just like, whatever, it is what it is. I'm out. So he ended up leaving. And then we see Angela and Vanessa. They're in a gym of sorts. And Vanessa is just basically telling Angela about the meeting. Brianna called Vanessa and told her. So Angela act like, she's like, oh, well, she didn't really care. It is her show. She did ask Romeo when she started the show to co-produce with her. So I'm sure that production shows her everything and runs everything past her. I wouldn't be surprised if Master P wanted, I'm going to hold off on that. I was going to give my theory. But anyway, Vanessa, she's like tiptoeing and like, I just feel like I'm in the middle and I just don't want to keep saying that. And I think that she is looking for Angela to tell her, no, sis, it's not your fault. You're not in the middle. And she's not. Angela's just like, oh, well, you wanted to quit. It is what it is. Like, if you don't like the way that you're being portrayed, everything takes a conversation. Have a conversation with production. And I don't disagree with that. Like, what is your problem? What is this meeting? I just think that their egos, Master P and Rome, their egos were bruised when they saw that the Simmons kids didn't show up. You don't run them. You don't run them. I wouldn't be surprised, though, if Master P wanted creative control like Angela has, and production told him no. I understand that Master P, Rome, Angela, they're executive producers. I get that. But Angela is very vocal about the fact that she created this show and she asked Rome to come on with her, right? And then somehow Master P has executive producer credits. I don't think Rev Run or Dame Dash has executive producer credits. I wouldn't be surprised. So I think that maybe Master P wanted as much creative control as Angela. Production probably is like, no, this is not your show. This is my theory. So then Master P throws a temper tantrum and told Romeo, don't be bothered with them. That's just how it comes across to me. Don't give them any more material to film. And then thus for creating this tension between production and Master P and Romeo, giving production all the drama that they need to edit how they want, and it's not working in P and Romeo's favor. And I'm not saying that the network and production are innocent, but I'm just saying. Because why didn't anybody else show up to this meeting? Nobody. Twist didn't show up. None of the Simmons kids showed up. Why? It makes you wonder. Child, we wasn't expecting Sam and Egypt to show up. But why do you think the Simmons kids didn't show up? Anywho, we move on to Tyran and Egypt. Oh, God. Tyran and Egypt are, not Tyran and Egypt, TT and Tyran. They're trying to tell Egypt that she can't go around hitting people. To me, whatever. When Egypt walked in that hotel room, I don't even care. When she walked in that hotel room, she looked like she was on the same planet as her mama, planet Peptron, as TT said. She ended up getting a text from her father that she had to take, and then she ended up leaving. And they were trying to talk to her, but of course, she was spaced out. Now, Treach, Tyran, and Egypt are supposed to be having this sit down, right? Treach, he wants to sit down and talk to Egypt. Girl, bye. Like, that's how I feel about it. You know what? Let me quit while I'm ahead. I'm growing, y'all. I'm growing. When the episode ended, though, I did notice that Master P and Romeo were listed as executive producers. Even though, I know this show was filmed prior to him quitting, but it was just funny to me. And I wouldn't be surprised if Romeo returns for another season. I wouldn't be surprised at all, because he is going on social media constantly clarifying. I don't even know who's asking him these questions. Like, bro, you quit. You said you quit on the Breakfast Club. We see that you said you quit on the show. I thought you were busy and all that stuff. I thought you had things to do. So why? We don't need to see you commenting. Or maybe he feels he needs to defend himself. I don't know. Child, it's only 2 episodes left. Okay. And what's coming up? Angela allegedly has another stalker. And it's like, didn't they run this storyline in a previous season? Anyway, so I guess we're going to see Treach and Egypt sit down with Tyran, and Treach is supposed to be, so tough, not falling for it. And I'm going to keep my mouth shut on that. So Royal Family, I think I have vented enough. This video is longer than I anticipated. Can't wait to read your comments. Keep all comments respectful. Like the video if you liked it. Make sure you drop in the comments section, please. I love our engagement. I want to welcome all new Royal Family members. Welcome. Don't be shy. Join in on the conversations over here as well. And if you are not already subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you click the notification bell. This way, you'll be notified when I upload my videos. And then you can join in on the Royal conversations over here with the Royal Family. Okay? All right, so get down in the comments. Can't wait. I am signing off. I'll be back soon. Until next time, peace.